Howdy, y'all. I gotta get this thing set up. Hopefully, if you come in before I'm ready, we can at least agree on that. So let's see what we can do here. Let's call this. Hey, there we go. Let's see about getting some of this action over here. Let's go over here to Twitter. Let's see if I go over here to YouTube. Doesn't show up. Let's see on my channel. Your channel. Do I have something going right now? Oh yeah. Yeah, let's see. Tweeted it out. Let's get back over here. See if I can't get back. Ah, there we go. Howdy from Houston, y'all. Voodoo review coming at you. First thing I'm going to tell you is fill up your vehicles today as the country starts allowing their people to get back to work. Gas prices are going to go up. Normally, I spend $50-something to fill up my truck. Today it was just over 22. That truck hasn't been that cheap since it was bought. Not even close. I would love to say that it's ever been that cheap. Never been that cheap. Alright, so being that this is an unplanned, unscheduled, I'm going to wait around till at least 9 o'clock to get this party started. I'm breaking tradition. I'm breaking tradition in 2 ways today. One, I'm going to do a review with just a single pipe. And I'm going to touch my face. Padre, don't get mad at me. Bring your dog color. Okay, the other thing that I'm doing to break my normal. Normally when I review, I will only drink ice water. That's it. Because I always want to know that what's in the cup is not adding to what's in the bowl. Well, I've been working on this review a little while, and it's interesting. I can't really zone in on it. Sunlight over here. Normally I put the camera over here and I'm sitting on the other side, and with the sun coming up like it is, it was washing the camera out, so anyways, today I'm drinking coffee. I'm doing a live review with a single pipe. Well, why is a single pipe kind of a interesting subject for me? Normally when I do a review, I go with a briar and a meerschaum and a cob and a clay. Well, the problem here is I don't have enough time to do a live review and smoke 4 bowls. Okay, I have the time. I've got all the time in the world. You're not going to hang out with me that long. It's going to get boring. So I'm not going to sit there and force a 4-hour review into a single video. Besides that, I think my phone battery would die. It's a good possibility. So it's Friday, May the 1st. Hey, let's just remember one simple statement here. Always wear red on Fridays. Why red on Fridays? Oh, somebody came up with it. I don't even know who it is that came up with it originally. But statement was, remember everyone deployed. And right now I'm frightened to admit my son, who is in the Air Force, is right now in Kuwait. Yeah. So yeah, This one kind of goes out to my son. He had to leave a wife he got married to in January. I don't know if they had base housing or not. Hoping that someday, some way, he can see this and know that I care about him greatly. I don't expect him to see it while he's where he's at. But when you're on the other side of the earth, I am still remembering. So, enough melancholy. Hopefully, everybody's April went just fine. I don't know of anybody who kicked the bucket. That's a good thing. Ten minutes. Officially, I like to start on the hour. I kicked it on early just because. Oh, plus, I didn't really even tell anybody about this until I decided to do it. Now, I'm wondering, can I... that didn't work. Alright, let's see here. Hey! Howdy, Phil. Any good ideas for a topic for the week? Wow. Gosh, you're asking me for ideas. My son shipped off to Kuwait. So, remember everyone deployed. Red. Mother's Day is coming along pretty quick. Two hours. Well, ship it out on Saturday if you have to. Ouch. May 2nd through 8th. Is Mother's Day in there? Cinco de Mayo happens to be on Taco Tuesday, and we are getting it jacked up this year because of a Mexican beer. What could be better than Cinco de Mayo, Taco Tuesday, and a Mexican beer jacking it all up? Oh. I'm tired. How's it going, Phil? So just so you'll know, Phil, so you don't have to go back and watch the first 10 minutes or so, I'm doing a single briar review of a blend I've been working on for a little while. And the reason why I'm doing a single briar review is because I'm not going to be trying to make this live long enough for me to smoke a meerschaum, a clay, and a cob on top of this briar. Also, break-in tradition, I'm drinking coffee instead of just water. Of course, coffee is going to be done before I start the review, so. Right? I do like the fact that I was the only person to put it through 4 different pipes and really kind of narrow it in on, hey, wait. This type of pipe doesn't really work for this blend. And I don't know why. I don't have to know why. I just have to report what I can. And the 4 different sizes of bowl. You know, because some are very much just a sipper. And just a little bit does mighty fine. One of those that I think is like that would be Autumn Evening. You start off with a really small bowl. You smoke that little bowl. You've enjoyed it. You put it away. You can pick it up later. It'd be fine. But you get to that big monster, the General Cobb, with 2.5 hours to smoke bowl. And you're just like, oh my God, please, this needs to go away. And I hate saying that about any blend. But there is such thing as too much of a good thing. My opinion. Maybe just my opinion, but hey. And the reason for the water is, of course, like I've already said, I don't want to influence in any way, shape, or form what's in the blend with what's in the cup. Now, I have been smoking this already for over a week and trying to figure it out. This is number 500 African Queen by Sutliff. I got a pound of it. They said it was an aromatic. Oh my God, all right. It doesn't say pumpkin spice. It doesn't say peach. I'm good. It's very interesting though. I can't place the flavors. Now they use African tobaccos, and I believe there's a little bit of Virginia in there, and maybe a little bit of some Black Cavendish that's been added. But they've got 3 different African tobaccos. I'm not even going to try and pronounce the names. By the end of the evening, I won't even remember my own name. So why am I going to try and mess up those names of perfectly fine tobacco? real quick, everybody needs to remember, over a pipe tonight, Martin out of Georgia. Last week we proved that he hears banjos. Dueling banjos. And he lives in Georgia. We also proved that there are alien abductions. And we proved that you can be related to D. Wayne, but only if your name is Quarrel. Or you can be related to Quarrel, but only if your name is D. Wayne. Really? You can get a tattoo in Arkansas? Or is that Georgia? Crazy enough. But hey, it's 9 o'clock. Welcome to the live review from Voodoo Review. Yes. Martin's show is definitely worth checking out. If anybody's watching this later to try and figure that out, I'm glad I'm getting it in the first 30 minutes. That way y'all can all kind of enjoy the fact that you should know to go look for it right now. Definitely needed. It's going to be a great show tonight. As always, last show was 1 hour and 34 minutes and 40 seconds. And it seemed like it was only about 20 minutes long. It was great fun. Oh, gosh. Well, Phil, watch it on the replay. It doesn't get any worse. I mean, I actually did watch the Over a Pipe Let Her Rip show over on a replay just to see how funny it was, and it didn't get any worse. Lots of fun. Definitely worth checking out. All right. So, on a charring light, there's a faint, real faint, it's like line 1 was making vanilla custard or creme brulee, and line 2 was making African Queen. And the wind was blowing across line 1 over to line 2. It's got just a touch of a vanilla and a freckle worth of honey. And I've been trying to place this for over a week now. It's very difficult when it's that faint. It's mildly aromatic. Very tasty, very tasty. Okay, before I get going much farther, I'm going to remind everybody what this is. This is the 500 African Queen. And let's Let's see if we can get a good look inside there. There we go. All right. Very mixed. Quite nice, but moist. I mean, like, I didn't press. Okay. But there it is, all sticky all over my fingers. Oh look, that label says that this stuff will cause cancer in the state of California. But I'm in Texas, so to hell with California. Oh wait, I was born in California. Anybody concerned with that statement? Remind everybody in California that oxygen has been linked to every case of cancer ever. So oxygen causes cancer, at least in the state of California. There you go. There's the Voodoo Review Smooth Tip of the Day. You're going to piss people off when you tell them that, but it's true. Oxygen has been linked to every case of cancer ever. Ouch. Okay, let's get past that charring light. Because it's so moist, if you do not sit around and dry this out, you're going to have a very hard time lighting it. Normally it takes me 3 or 4 times. Reason why is because I don't let it dry out. I just shove it down in the pipe and see about getting it to light. Probably my mistake, but that's okay. It tastes good. So like I said, it's mildly aromatic. Just a touch of, it tastes to me like a touch of honey and a touch of vanilla. Very faint. It's not going to be one of those that you're going to be like, oh my God, it's aromatic. Ugh. Now, if you like a good English, yeah, it almost tastes like an English that's been just dusted with the dregs of a pipe. Oh, I seriously doubt it'll mess with a vapor pipe. The aromatic quality of it is not so strong that you're going to notice it as a up front. It's honestly, it's on the back side after you've exhaled while you're sitting there talking with friends that suddenly you can taste it. I've smoked a little bit out of this pipe and it doesn't seem to ghost anything. But if you wanted to add this end to a blend, if you had a blend that is super dry and you added some of this African Queen to it, between the dry and the extremely moist, I think it would help out, because the dry would absorb some and the moist would of course dry out a little bit. Now, for me, one drawback is that I am not getting any Perique. And I really do like Perique. I'm also not catching any Latakia qualities, which I like those both. In fact, if I could have a blend that was Perique and Latakia, 50-50, what'd that be? A laper instead of a vapor? It's either that or it'd be a perky. A perkia. No, we're not going to go there. So yeah, as it gets going a little more, the vanilla stays. Again, it is very faint. The honey just kind of fades. I've spent about a week tasting various different stuff to try and narrow down what the aromatic qualities are. Because it was so faint. I mean, it's not a forefront, straight out, hit you in the mouth. Oh my God, this is a aromatic. This is more of a, somebody got to the end of their pouch and said, oh, well, I'll just add it to this next blend because I'm just going to use it up. And it went out again. That is definitely my biggest issue with trying to do reviews is, as Phil has noted, if you have the ability to sit down, relax, and really figure out what's in a blend, you've got to have time. You've got to be able to calm your mind, relax, and just do it. It is not exactly an easy task. Lizards and squirrels. But that's a wild tangent. We're not going there right now. And then the other problem is to really get an in-depth review. Once you've hammered out what's the blend taste like, you got to put down in notes. Give you one more thought about anything Piper White Tea. One sentence. An observation about the YTPC. Coronavirus calls for social distancing, which has brought the YTPC closer together. I hear people talking about, oh, I'm depressed. Oh, I can't get out with my friends. We, the YTPC, we've been there for each other. We've come together, more so as a community. We've had some people that had the coronavirus that we definitely know, such as, oh man, I lost his name. Simon in London or England. One of our great members. We know for a fact that he had it, fought it, got over it, back on the air. Oh, and dog collars for humans. You know, the cone of shame is optional. So this blend burns pretty smooth. Yeah. I've got a reasonable way to get back at Padre, though. I wash these things. I've cleaned all the surfaces that I touch on a regular basis. And I sit out on my front patio porch so that anybody who comes up the way can be met by me out front, far enough from my door that they can't even cough on my door. And then if you had to walk into a little 6 foot by 6 foot hole contained in a brick wall and meet me, you're not as likely to start trying to do some crazy crap. All right, maybe you're crazy. Maybe you are crazy enough to do some crazy stuff. But I'm at my home, and this is Texas. You don't want to go there. So the little bit of vanilla is staying. Again, it's not super strong. I can't stress that enough. You're going to taste it. It's going to be there. It's going to be very, very faint. But if you're trying to say, oh my God, it's a vanilla blend, you're going to be sorely disappointed. It's not a vanilla blend. Yes?
Did you pay attention to the cigarettes that you bought me? They're minis.
Sorry.
I don't even think that's the size of a regular cigarette. That's a mini.
Sorry. I got in trouble for buying something that I don't actually use, but I got the wrong one. But hey, you actually got to hear my wife's voice. Doesn't she sound lovely? She doesn't even know she was on live yet. What'd you miss? Oh. My wife came out, griped at me because I got the wrong carton of cigarettes. I don't smoke them, but instead of the hundreds, I accidentally, I guess, got her the shorter size. Oops. So, yeah, that's my wife. She didn't actually come out here and say hi. She just like opened the front door and griped at me. I'm male. I'll accept it. Everything's my fault. Go ahead, blame me. When the BR TV guide comes out and it's wrong, y'all blame on good old Voodoo. I got broad shoulders. I can accept problems. I can handle the load. Phil, of course, agrees with me. Guaranteed, all you single guys out there, if you want to make sure that you are wrong, get married. Nothing has ever proven to make a guy who is right be so wrong as marriage. You don't believe me? Try it. I dare you. If it's not your wife that tells you you're wrong, it'll be your mother-in-law, if not both. It'll definitely be your mother-in-law. So, strength-wise, the blend is on the lighter side. Now I'm sitting out in the sun. And the smoke sticks around pretty good. I mean, for being a decent breeze, not like super heavy. It's got a nice bright white quality to it. into the shade, it's more of a bluish gray. Because it's so moist, it is going to take forever for this blend to burn all the way through. But the ash tends to be a nice salt and pepper. If you're noticing a lot of black in there, that's actually unburnt. My burn's a little uneven, and that's okay. Now, if you chooch on your pipe a little bit hard, you will definitely get a lot of smoke out of it. Mighty tasty. I think this would be better for after dinner. That's a personal opinion. But the idea there being mild sweetness, the nice, easy aromatic quality. It's like a small dessert without being overboard. No, actually, it's quite a light blend. They reported it as being medium, and I guess I would prefer it to have a little more fullness of strength for it to be a medium. Now, it's not a light blend. It's going to have a little more strength than a light blend, but it's on the light side of medium. The flavors are, I'm going to say, they're easy. It's not so strong that you've got to worry about having a full meal or something like that. honestly, that's the one problem about sitting where I'm sitting right now is trying to get a room note. That's a little harsh on the nose, but room note's real faint. Quite honestly, I doubt that you're going to get much different from what I'm tasting, which is a slight vanilla, and again, a very slight touch of honey right on the front. But the honey goes away. And yes, y'all did see me cup the bowl, stick my nose over it, and inhale fully. I know you're not supposed to inhale pipe smoke, but the crap I try to do to make a decent review. And while I'm certain that the Lane 1Q is still going to outsell this, left, right, sideways, it's light enough that people who really don't like a pipe smoke are not going to be so completely shut out by this blend. Of course, not too many people are shut out by Lane 1Q either. Yeah, I would say you catch a dash of vanilla and it's very similar to an English, the room note, but not a full English. It's very mild. It's got some of those similar no, not a Balkan. Definitely not a Balkan. Yes, Quadrant Leader could be pretty close. Um, they're definitely not the same, but what I remember of Squadron, now, it's been, God, I think about 3 years since I've had Squadron Leader. Could be why I don't remember it as well as I should. Hmm. I paid $1.49 a gallon for gas this morning. I haven't seen prices that low since before 2004. I don't know exactly when they got above that, but I know that in 2004 I took a job that had me going all over the country and consequently all over the world. Anywhere there was a United States post office, which, hey, guess what? There's one in Guam. There's also one on every military post. Great. Woo! Phil's reporting 206. I like that 149 here in Texas. I thought that was pretty good. The extra 50-something cents that you're paying there, Phil, you can blame on Cuomo and taxes. Your state and local taxes will variously directly affect the price per gallon that you pay for a gallon of gas. Now I'm going to tell you the crazy thing. Because I live close enough to Refinery Row, I know this for a fact. All the gas that you buy, octane of one quality, is put into a holding farm. That holding farm will hold all of it from all the refineries in the local area. And then the next octane level is in a different holding farm. And all the refineries that are producing that put it all into the same. And on and on and on. When you were getting Exxon gas, that Exxon gas could be made by Chevron, or it could be made by Phillips, or it could be made by Marathon, or it could be made by BP or Shell, or name them. Hess, Sunoco, go ahead, name any of them. And it could be just a very large mix from all of them. It's the additives. Once the truck is full, then they pull over to a separate line for whatever they're shipping. And additives are added to the fuel to stabilize or to increase the amount of cleaning agents. I mean, you hear something with Techron. The Techron's an additive, something that they add to the truck before it leaves the plant. But you're all going to get from the same batch in the same big tank farm of gas per octane level. It's just the way it is. People think I'm going to lie about this, but I've got no reason to lie. I've worked in these plants. I know what they do. They all ship it to the same spot. Well, they all pipe it to the same spot. I don't know where that spot is, don't get me wrong. But if you're ever in the control room, you can find out these things by just paying attention. It's almost time to get a new Bic. Craziness. I got a shout out from Garbage Man Piper, Mel Harris. I was shocked and amazed. I didn't expect to get a shout out from him. God, I followed him way back in the day. Which video did I get a shout out from? His most recent shout outs video, where he's talking about how he's enjoying the videos that are being sent in. He said he's got like 23 or 26 VRs so far from his 1,200 something subs. And he told everybody, oh, you should check this guy out. I'm supposed to be the anonymous one, the fly under the radar. Well, I've been watching a lot of videos lately, way more than normal, but that's because I can't go anywhere and can't do anything. Actually, I can go anywhere I want to now. I don't want to. Governor Abbott for the state of Texas has a 3 or 4 stage plan for opening Texas back up. Stage 1 is restaurants and certain other businesses, but you have to be able to stay below 25% capacity. And you must be able to maintain your social distancing. Some businesses are still not going to be able to open with those requirements. But according to what I've read, cigar shops and pipe shops can reopen. And that includes their lounge. And if your lounge has a total of 4 chairs, that means you can have one person in it. So one of my favorite local ones right now can have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 total people that are not employees. All you gotta do is hop on a plane, Phil. Your wife might be a little mad. You'll probably be a little late for dinner. And I am not picking you up as an Uber. Yeah, I could see that. Yes. I'm calling for the 2:15 to 4:45 chair time. Put my name on the list. Haha. Thank you, old chap. Mighty white of you. It might come to that. I'd hate to see it, but it might come to that. One of my more favored local shops around here can literally pack 50 people into a 30-person room. And I know they've been hurting. But they're not as bad off as some of those places that live and die by the lounge. They've actually got a lot of customers that come in, buy their stuff, and leave. Of course, here in the NASA area, you got a lot of people with a lot of money that can do such things and not feel any bit of remorse. I mean, if your house is nicer than the lounge you're hanging at, why are you there? So if anybody goes to copyright the idea of calling a cigar lounge and reserving a chair time, I'm going to have to remind y'all that Phil came up with it first. Speaking of which, most of the good cigar shops here in the local Houston area are about 10 minutes from opening. So now the funny thing, because I haven't actually been paying attention to what I've been saying, I've just been saying it as it occurs to me. I haven't been taking notes. I myself am going to have to go back and watch this video so that I can take my notes and put them into notes. Well, when you get around to getting to Texas, I'm going to tell you, when you get to Houston, make sure to go to the Briar Shop. The Briar Shop. SHOPPE. It's going to be the best one here in the local area. I've been to a lot of ball fields. I went to a Yankees game in Fenway. This country's been destroyed for years. People put all their faith in politicians, to which I keep reminding them, the only way to guarantee that a politician is lying is that their lips are moving. I can point it out on both sides. I'm not talking a political party on that message, but I can guarantee I can point it out on both sides, at least all the way back to Reagan. Pretty sure I can even get Trump a few times. And he's not a trained politician. So back to that game where I went to Fenway Park and the Yankees were playing. I was in Hartford, Connecticut. And one of the locals there at the post office, he had season tickets for the Red Sox. Interestingly enough, he had to work. And he couldn't find anybody that was on his shift that either wanted to go or could go. I'm not sure what the deal there was. I'm not even going to try and ask the guy because I'll never meet him again, probably. But he walks up to this little group I'm with and asks us if we'd like to go to the game because he's got the season tickets and he doesn't want to see empty seats and he can't go. I'm like, sure, screw it, I'll go at least. The other guys didn't want to go. I'm like, well, all right. So I went by myself and I get to these season ticket seats and they are on the Green Monster. It's kind of like one of those places where you always sort of wanted to sit and just never knew it. And I get up there and they some of the locals are telling me, hey, I don't belong there. Those are season tickets. And I was like, hey, the guy who owns them gave them to me. I had to ask the staff where it was I was supposed to go to even do all of this. And they were like, hey, you're not from around here. Well, I've got a Texas accent. Duh. And I told them, hey, look, don't worry about it. I'm from Texas, y'all. We hate all Yankees. They heard what they wanted to hear. They didn't hear what I said. They heard what they wanted to hear. I don't remember very much of the game. I'm pretty sure that the Yankees lost. They started buying beer and it just kept coming. I think I bought one round, but it was like every inning more beer just kept showing up by magic because I hate the Yankees. That's what they heard. I've been to where the Mariners play, Seattle. I've been to the Juice Box here in Houston. Sorry, Minute Maid Park. Before that, it was, Enron. That's right, Enron. That was a mistake. I've been well, yeah, Phil, I kind of got that impression from the way I was greeted. I almost felt like the kid Bobby Weeks who got chunked into the Rangers bench in the movie Mystery Alaska. Right. I've been to Shea, been to Yankees. Been to the park there in Philadelphia. I don't remember the name. I'm not going to say I've been to all of them. Don't get me wrong. I have not been to all of them. But I've been to a bunch of them. Oh, I went to both of the ones in Chicago. Did that on one day. Won't do it again. Yeah. I could see how wearing a Red Sox jersey to the Yankees stadium would definitely get you some free beer. Just have to keep your mouth open and let it rain. I went to one stadium where the Giants played, but they've changed stadiums since then. I also went to where the Oakland Athletics? Anyways, I went to that stadium in Oakland. Don't know why I would go to a Stadium in Oakland. Go Raiders! Been to the Rangers Stadium in Dallas, which is actually in Arlington. It's right next to Six Flags, just in case you want to go make a day of it. Of course, I've also been to Jerry Jones World, you know, the big Dallas Cowboys stadium, which is now AT&T Field or something like that. Wish they'd spend a little less on supporting the Cowboys, a little more on my internet. I do not use my home Wi-Fi to do these live streams. I use my own cell minutes. Of course, I have unlimited of those, but AT&T freaks out a little bit when I start using them like this. Oh yeah. Oh, I also went to the Astrodome several times when it was being an Astros. So I've been to both of their stadiums, and even got to see the Oilers play there once. They were playing this little team from Oakland. Oilers got spanked. It was great. And then, like, the next week, they went on strike. It's been a while. I can't afford to throw away money that way now. Of course, when I was floating around the country and the world, I got to do a lot of stuff that I was basically getting paid to be out in an area. You know, take your house note, your electricity bill, your gas bill, and your food bill, and wipe it off the map. Basically, the only thing you had to pay for was a cell phone and a vehicle note if you had one. And wow, you can really stack away some cash. Bad part about that was you pack up your life and you say, hey everybody, I know I care about you and love y'all and all, but I will see y'all the week before Christmas and the week after Christmas, and then I will be right back out on the road. Yeah, get to see your family 2 weeks out of the year. Military gets to be home more often than that. my son won't be home until just before January. Yeah, the loneliness of basically telling your whole family, see you later, I gotta leave. That kind of sucked. But after a while, you get kind of used to it. And you just like, man, you know what? Ain't no big deal. Now with these big screen phones and all that, heck, when I left, there wasn't even a cell phone that had a camera. That didn't come out for another year. Video calls, FaceTime, that wasn't happening. All your internet was AOL dial-up. Go ahead, think about that. Think about that. It was a solid another year that I was on the road before everybody started using Wi-Fi at these hotels you would stay at. That first year was rough. But that's how I made friends with my good friend Mike and Sue that live in Tonawanda. It was his birthday yesterday, in fact. Tell you what though, if I could get that job back, I'd take it. I mean, I'm 45, 46. I'm 40 something. I'd take that job. Being able to go all around the country, anywhere I want to go, pack it up, chunk it in a 4-wheel drive SUV and go. Hell yeah, I'd do that. With the way I was able to stack away cash, I could tell my wife to quit her job. She could go with me. Then instead of me making breakfast and coffee for her, she could make breakfast and coffee for me. So, let's see if we can angle this. Not really getting any good sunlight there. That ash quality is a nice, even gray. Steph and Skip. Oh my gosh. They show up almost at the very end. Well, howdy, Steph. Just for you, long distance hugs. My arms are really, really long. They can reach all the way to 70 miles up there to the Woodlands. It's not quite that far. I'm enjoying some African Queen. Woo, she's going to Joanne's. Hey, pick me up some yarn. No, don't do that. I've got plenty. One of these days I'm going to have to grab hold of a crochet hook and sit out here and knit, get it on film, or crochet, or whatever it is I'll do. African Queen by Sutliff. Not quite your blend there, Steph. No Latakia. Mildly aromatic, kind of mild. Oh yes, I'm a distracting kind of a person. I'm also a detracting and contracting and subtracting kind of a person. And the BRTV guide is not stupid. I even read all the articles. And I help out when I can. So, Steph, are we going to see you tonight? Let her rip Friday. Uh-oh, officially this program has just now gone longer than the last Friday's Let Her Rip. Ah, Voodoo heavy. That just means the magic is going to happen. Well, I appreciate it. If anybody wants to join in, I'd love to have them here. Yes, yes. 2 whole viewers now. Woohoo! 3 if you can include the little bug that's been buzzing me all day. Oh, I'm not worried about it. I posted it on Twitter. If anybody saw it, meh. If nobody saw it, meh. I'm just having fun. Trying to see if I can actually host a show in that 24-hour-a-day thing that y'all are thinking of doing. Ooh, I know exactly where you're at then. Steph is at the Woodlands Joanne, which literally is about 100 yards off of I-45. I know the exact location. Steph, if I win a mask at all in your GAW, your GAW, please donate it to either a fireman, a policeman, or somebody in the medical that really needs it. I'm fine. I've got all of them I need. Joann's and Hobby Lobby both have really good yarn. The Joann's around here actually has less yarn than the Hobby Lobby, but make up for it by being open on Sundays. I feel bad for Steph. She is standing in a line to get material so that she can sew face masks for all these nice people that need them. And me, with beard, face masks are practically optional. Mostly because they aren't going to actually work. The other notable thing about where Steph is right now waiting it out is that it's right down the road from a Harley dealer. Okay, so down towards the bottom of the bowl, almost all the vanilla tends to go away. I don't know if that's because my taste buds are now saturated and are just no longer really noticing it, or if maybe it's just finally just dissipated enough that I can't taste it anymore. And it's starting to take on a slight peppery quality. It's still a little bit sweeter than like a normal English, but it's nowhere near as sweet as when it first started. Hmm. Well, it's to the point where this is just about cashed. And so, to help fill out, I'm going to go ahead and end this. As per normal, long lines, big bowls, and long ashes. Y'all take care, and I'll see you soon.